Emotep everyone. I'm going to do a video about the RPD. Now, what is the RPD? The RPD is the Rite of Parent Divination. It is a rite of passage within Kemetic Orthodoxy that anyone who is a remage may undertake. What a remage is basically a friend of the faith. It is someone who has taken our free beginners class, learned the basics of Kemetic Orthodoxy, and decided to stay on as a friend. So once you become remeg, you are given the option to undertake the RPD. The RPD is basically a geomantic divination performed by Hemet, our Nisut, our pharaoh. And yes, I will make a video about that whole concept, so if you have any comments about the idea of having a pharaoh, there will be another video. We can discuss it there, not here. So, Hemet does a divination to learn who created your Ba. Your Ba is your eternal soul. It is the one that continues on. If you believe in reincarnation, which not everybody in the house does, some people do, I do. Your Ba would be the piece of your soul that continues on after death, that if you are reincarnated would come into the new body. Whereas your Ka is kind of like your personality. It is your active soul. It is your persona. It is how you present yourself. It's more of the face of your soul rather than the core of your soul. So your Ba is created by your parents. It's much the same as, a physical parent. The relationship that you have with your parents to start with, you may have already built a relationship with them. You may not have. They may be someone that you've heard of. They may not be someone you've heard of. It may be someone you expect. It may not be someone you expect. But it's not something that changes. It is what it is. You don't get to pick who created your soul. Just like you don't get to pick who, are your actual physical parents. So for me, my mother is Bast-mut. And Paul, Spike Vampire, Nenek, has said before that in his videos, you can either have one parent or two. They can be male, 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 female, female, female. You can have one male or one female. It's pretty open. So for me, my mother is Bast-mut. I have one mother. But I also have what are known as beloveds. Not everybody has beloveds. Most people do. Most people have at least one. You can have a ton. You can pick up beloveds later on, because really, they're names or deities that choose to have an influence in your life. That say, hey, I have an interest in this person. I would like to guide them. I would like to be active in their life. So I'm going to show up as a beloved. Now, does this mean that these are the only gods that you can interact with, your parents and your beloveds? No, not at all. Does it invalidate any relationships that you've had with previous deities? Heck no. You can continue to work with and interact with any deities you would like. It's not restrictive. It doesn't invalidate any experiences you have. It just means that they may not be the one who created your soul. They may not show up as a beloved. It doesn't invalidate any previous experiences that you have. A lot of the times, even some people feel closer to their beloveds than they do to their parent. It's just like a biological relationship. Some people are not close to their parents. Some people don't want anything to do with their parents. But if you undergo the RPD and you accept the results of that RPD, basically you are agreeing to serve your parent names first. If you accept the results of that RPD and become a Shemsu. Yeah, to clarify that. RPD, become a Shemsu, you are agreeing to worship your parents first. So, basically, parents are there to guide you. Beloveds are there to guide you. Like I said before, you can pick up beloveds later on in life. Someone may pop up and say, hey, I want to have an interest in helping you on your path. They may not. You can have an impression that, this name is definitely going to show up in my lineup, and they don't show up. And a lot of people have been disappointed by that. But my feeling is that if you're really scared that someone's not going to show up in your lineup, if you're really scared that someone's not going to be there, then you're probably not ready to undergo the RPD. Because you have to understand it's not a pick and choose. It doesn't invalidate those relationships that you have. It just means that they just aren't showing up in that capacity. So my lineup is pretty big by most standards. I have 5 names in my lineup. I have my mother, Bast-mut, and then I have 4 beloveds. I have Sekhmet Hetert, Serket Aset, Mofdet, and Sobek. So I'm still, learning about each of them. There are a lot of names. I get them all in very different ways. Some people, have emotional impressions. My mom very much speaks in emotions. Some people have vocal impressions. Some people have some visuals. Some people dream. I mean, it's different for everybody. It's not like, whoop-de-doo, everybody's seeing these gods walking around and whatever. It just doesn't work that way. But the RPD is a very profound experience, and it requires a lot of trust. To me, if you don't trust in the process, you're probably, again, not ready to undergo it. Or you can undergo it, but you may not accept the results. For me, it was beneficial because I actually got to meet Hemet before I underwent my RPD, and before I got named. So, going to gatherings really did help. A lot of people don't have that privilege because they don't live in an area where a lot of gatherings are done. I happen to live in the Northeast, so the Northeast is probably like the biggest group that actually meets outside of the internet, so I have that advantage of being in a really good geographical location. But, so I really got a chance to meet her off the bat and, get a feel for the whole community beforehand. And that pretty much just solidified my decision to go through with it. I mean, I had interacted with Bast-mut before. I had hoped that she would be my mother. But I did not set my heart on it. I said, if she doesn't show up, that's okay. That doesn't invalidate anything. I have more than enough personal experience behind me to know that she has been here. But if she doesn't show up as a parent or beloved, it's not gonna kill me. It's not going to invalidate that. What happened, happened. No matter what anyone says, isn't going to change what happened. It's just, it just shows up in a different way. But anyway, so that's the RPD. And one thing I should say is that, yes, there is money involved. But no one, under any circumstance, has been turned away from receiving the rite of parent divination because they can't afford it. It's not like it's like thousands of dollars or anything, but people in other countries, sometimes the exchange rates are horrible, or sometimes you're just in a bad financial position. No matter what, something can be worked out. It's not like, I don't have the money, so I can't do it. And the money isn't going towards, it's not going in Hemet's pocket. It's going towards offerings that are going to go on altars that are going to be put up for your divination, for your Aku divination, which is basically a divination done for you to receive a message from your ancestors. It's going to be used for a shrine to names that you have mentioned in your RPD questionnaire, so that, inviting them in, like, hey, if you're a parent or you're a beloved or whatever, we're inviting you in, here's some offerings, there you go. It's being put to good use. It's not going in Hemet's pocket. But anyway, so that is the RPD. I would say it's probably the first big rite of passage of Kemetic Orthodoxy. And, I don't know. I mean, some people disagree with the idea of having someone else divine for your parent for you. But honestly, again, it's a trust thing. It really is a trust thing. And even if I hadn't had it done, I would still probably have a very strong impression that Bast-mut was my mother. But, I mean, really, it's a personal choice. Have it done, don't have it done. But, coming into this community was a really great thing for me. And, there's a whole high coming off of your RPD. It's really great. So I just wanted to kind of share that experience with you and share some information about the RPD. And hopefully that helps you guys understand a little bit more about the KO. Snapty.